Welcome to the Not A NINJAGO Cult podcast, episode 3. We're told. Wait, actually, Alina, say the line.
We are totally not a cult.
Not a cult.
Definitely not.
Nailed it.
So today, we have some special changes. As you can tell, we are currently sitting around a table in Skylor Shen's noodle house. I think
I'm in heaven.
House. Yeah.
The smell in here, amazing.
Smells like noodles and noodles.
I ordered a Sprite, hasn't gotten here yet.
You have an amazing view here.
Oh my god. So, as you can also tell, our the list of people here is a bit shorter than normal. Because we'll be rotating people around sometimes, and people have lives. So, today we are here. Not no. But today we are here to talk about some pretty cool stuff. But first, introductions. I'm Cheesy. I'm a human. I art and illustration, and sometimes a bit of writing, but more so music. And I go by they, them. Haha.
Hi, I'm Melina. I am the leader of this cult. Oh, oops.
Not a cult.
Every time.
And I am an actor. I go by she, they, and I really accept Lloyd Garmadon.
Hi, I'm Eve. I go by she, her, and I enjoy reading lots of fan fiction, as well as writing some now as well. And I also podfic too. I still haven't read the latest chapter of Splinter and Blind Man's Eye though, because I'm a terrible excuse for a fan of that novel.
Howdy everybody, I'm Sunny. I wish I was human. I go by any pronouns. What's the cool thing about me, guys?
You do cool art. You are a cool human.
Oh, I do.
You are very funny.
Art.
You're funny.
I have a YouTube channel.
Yes.
It's called Sunny B.
You show up.
Oh yeah. You should watch the new video.
Go watch Sunny's videos.
Go watch Sunny's
I just made a video about
hilarious.
why Wu is the worst character in Ninjago, and I will take no criticisms.
Hi, my name is Kevin, or the KFC, or whatever nickname you would like to assign me. I go by he or him, and obviously I love Ninjago. I also love watching shows and movies. Recently I finished the Kung Fu Panda trilogy, which was pretty great, and I have been just, been trying to analyze Ninjago some more. I'm trying to, analyze the TikTok from Ninjago, so yeah.
Oh yeah. So with that being said, let's talk about some current events.
Current events.
Right. I don't know how current this is anymore because this list was weeks ago.
Yeah, we made it a while ago.
It was current at the time.
A lot has happened since we did our second podcast.
Yes. So Ninjago has won Best Art Direction and Best a lot of things actually. But yeah, Best Direction, Best Art Direction. We should probably go down
And Best Sound.
And Best Sound. For Best Direction, it was The Turn of the Tide, which is a great episode.
What episode
I don't know if
is
it's
that
my
again?
favorite of this season.
Season finale.
Oh, no,
That's the finale.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
it
the
is?
finale, yeah.
I don't know the
Actually,
names
my
of
Don't
the
forget
episodes.
those sick one takes during the
Yeah, the
action
one-
scenes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
those are
not for
yeah,
me.
those
I
are
know what
great.
episode that is for sure. I mean, for our audience that doesn't.
Yes.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
finale.
But yeah, that was a great. I really love that one take shot though. You bringing that up, Kevin? Like every time they do that in the show, I know it's like technically easy to do in CG, but like it's just I love that kind of stuff. It's so cool.
And it's filled with so many incredible moments, like, Bento's face off with Calamar, Nia's
Mhm.
departure, basically that send off in quotes I'll put of Nia at the end. I mean, it's pretty stellar.
Hell yeah.
That episode made me cry.
It did. The
Same.
ending made me cry.
Good.
Many of those shots also just look so beautiful.
The light, like the water, like the whole, like all of Seabound's water effects are great. Like the jump between like just like the previous seasons, like 13 and 12 versus like 14 and
Yeah.
15, or
Like Wild Brain
Really
never
stand
looked
up.
this good, and then Crystalized came and then blew it out of the water.
Like,
But
it's always
still,
just like haha. Okay, and then best art direction was Niad, which is the one before it. Also a great episode.
honestly, the transformation of Nia, that entire scene, I feel like that is
That's
definitely
beautiful.
worth art direction just by itself.
Yeah, like the art of a
love
good
that.
transformation sequence. I know you watch. I love magical girl animes, and one thing I love is transformation sequence. I'm not
Madoka
cutting out. Am I cutting
Magica?
out?
A little.
Oh,
You
yeah.
cut out.
Oh yeah,
Easy.
one thing I love is like a good like a magical like a transformation sequence. Like they are like so
Mhm.
cool to me. Like I've always loved this club. It's not an anime, but it's one that I will forever remember. Having great ass transformation sequences, Sailor Moon, etc. But like I feel like her transformation was, and if it like invokes that cool feeling, then you did it right. At least in
I
my
really
I mean,
liked.
and I mean
the-
that final shot of like Nia like fully becoming like Niad, I've seen in a lot of places in like fan art or like just post tweets or even like people's profile pictures. It really has struck a chord with many fans.
Yeah, it's really cool. And then lastly, Assault on Ninjago City for best sound. I don't remember how any of the sound sounded. I'm so sorry.
I
But,
should have rewatched it to check on.
Yeah.
We should have rewatched these last 3 episodes of Seabound in order to talk about this.
Well, again, it's still early in the podcast life. We're getting there. We're
We'll
figuring things
come
out.
back to this when we do a retrospective or something.
Yeah, we'll go over the seasons anyway at some point. So I feel like Seabound is the next.
Yeah, we'll do a Seabound episode at some point.
Yes.
But hey, Seabound definitely deserved some of these accolades here.
For sure.
So, with that being said, then I guess it's on to the big thing on the docket. Ninjago's marketing mayhem. How bad they are, at and or any of the episodes, they suck at their jobs.
Mm-hmm. Can't argue with you there.
We thought they were doing well. We really for a while back. Gosh, was it April and May? We were getting every Tuesday, every Friday. We would get some kind of promotional material. We would get like a teaser or a trailer or a clip from the show, and they were doing great. Then everything just took a turn for the worst.
I mean, even before they started getting good and then just really fell off. I mean, I know many of us were very cynical and had very little hope for this marketing because, for context, Seabound came out in late, it finished by late April 2021, but then we got nothing, absolutely nothing for a whole year, excluding it being on Netflix by fall of 2021. So by
I've
the
seen
time we
people
got
complain about
Crystalized,
that too, and
yeah.
Well, we
I
got
wasn't there for that, but
So,
I've seen a lot of people complain about the airing.
we got
between
no
Seabound
marketing
and-
for Seabound, and so many of us were just we're probably just not going to get anything because by the time we did get marketing for Seabound, it already came out in other regions.
Yeah, what it was, I remember seeing people talking about how, we get the trailer after Seabound has concluded months ago.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Didn't
Yeah, that was
so
frustrating.
weird. I don't get how that I don't like the. I'm used to big droughts, big. Oh, yay! Xena's showed up.
She
So
popped in.
welcome, Xena. Just shows up.
musical. So are we guys
Oh.
looking at that now?
Okay, well, we can go back a bit because also Alina sort of is a bit AFK at the moment. But
Okay.
welcome to the ongoing podcast, Zena. Tell us your name and a bit about you.
Hi, I'm Zena Raleigh. I'm the lead director of the Ninjago musical, and I'm also one of the owners of the soundtrack server.
Hell yeah. So we were just talking about before this, we were talking about the Ninjago winning thingamajiggies. Do you have any opinions on that?
Nice to see Ninjago getting some recognition for once.
Agreed.
Lego
And-
could take some notes.
Lego should take notes to recognizing their own show.
Also, the fact that the soundtrack got an Emmy like last year.
Oh wait, it did? I did not know that. The more you know, you know.
You know?
Or you know.
So, okay, back on track to what we were talking about.
Back to the drought.
Yeah, back to the drought.
You said you were used to droughts.
Oh,
We're
yeah,
done
okay,
talking about the flood. Now we get to talk about the
About
drought.
Drought, yes, it's like a desert. It's like that one Selena Gomez song, A Year Without Rain, which I feel like I'm the only one who remembers that song. Anyway,
Probably. Sing it for us.
oh, dang it, I don't remember how it goes.
You said you were
Yeah,
used to
without
droughts, but
Something like that. I don't fucking remember. It's
Yeah,
a
I have
good
no
song.
idea what you're talking about.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway,
I don't know either.
I mean-
I was gonna say that, like, I'm used to droughts. Like, Steven Universe had like droughts that were terrible. Like, they were ridiculous with how many hiatuses they had. Some other shows are pretty bad too. I'm surprised. Like, coming in community or like the Ninjago community, it was surprised at like seeing how close together seasons really were. Because like usually I'm used to like a year long between seasons. Here you guys get like 2 seasons a year almost sometimes, or like 2 big things a year. So this year was like Core and then Crystalized, I guess, and before it would have been like, I don't know, Seabound and another thing, I guess.
It was like
The island
Seabound.
beforehand.
Yeah, Seabound on the island.
So like you get 2 things a year, and I don't know, I think that's neat.
yeah, that's definitely a bit of an oddity I've noticed because, like, you know, most of the shows usually just get like 1 season a year, but like Ninjago, to my shock, gets 2 a year usually.
I think, doesn't it? It has to do with the fact that Lego releases 2 waves of Ninjago per year. So they want to have 2 seasons to match with that. At least that's what my guess was as to like why they are like supporting this. I mean, it's great for us because it means we get more content.
Yay!
Yay,
For
content.
marketing.
Yay!
Yay, thanks
Say
to
that.
and consent.
Thanks, Lego.
I could see how it could be like frustrating for people in the community though, because you get so much stuff and then suddenly there's a drought and it's like giving candy to a baby and then taking it away, you know?
Yeah, that's a good
yeah.
analogy.
Because we've been
Yeah,
so
there's
spoiled.
a delicate
Yeah.
balance that Lego's sort of been fumbling the bag recently.
Yeah. I mean, like, the sad thing is, I think the thing that hurts most about this one, like, it's like, oh, they were doing so well, and then you just, like, again, fumble the bag, right? It's like, you
Yeah, like they gave us
Putting
hope,
it
like,
together.
okay, maybe they
Yeah.
have learned their lesson.
We were on the
Nope.
verge of greatness. We were this close.
yeah, basically.
Like, we were like, is this Lego right now? And then it just became, okay, that is the Lego we all unfortunately know and hate.
Yes.
Oh yeah, they were doing so well with part 1, and then part 2 they're just like, nope.
Yeah, because
Okay.
there were, like, trailers every few weeks, even, and, like,
Trailers,
you know,
clips.
posters. Well, you get a poster every year anyway, but it's like, you know, it felt consistent and felt nice. And like, I
You
love
can't even say like part 1 was consistent all the way through, because when they dumped all those episodes on May 20th and then removed them on the
Yeah.
following Monday, it was like, okay, this was clearly somebody made a mistake and they're
yeah.
I was not
Some kind of
expecting that.
mistake was
Like, I was
made, we're just
packing
not
for
exactly
college,
sure.
and then, like, I was packing for college, and then the episode shop. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
More like I was packing to leave for college.
See, I didn't know that was
Yeah,
like not
I've
normal.
heard.
No, it's
I've heard-
not. Like I remember, like I deadass like the idea that some guy and like I don't know, it's some intern just like accidentally fucked up, and the next week he's like shit. On like Monday he's like shit. We weren't supposed to do this.
Well, the way I watched Ninjago was I watched every single season like all the way through, like episode back to back, and so when the first like wave of Crystalized came out, I was like, oh sick, I'll just watch the first 12. And I like didn't really pay attention to what other people's opinions were on it, and then I watched it with Cheesy and Alina, and they were like freaking out, and I was like, is this not normal?
I mean, it's just the way it just. I mean, literally, they released the episodes while also releasing the trailer at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that day was supposed to be trailer day, and then they ended up dropping the episodes early too.
Clicked the button twice.
What,
And
Alina?
also, let's also
I
consider there was
remember
also some leaks going on right before this as well to set the stage here. So that really does make you wonder, like, what the heck was going on here? Because I
Yeah,
really
that-
do think those leaks had some kind of influence on Lego's part here.
Yes. Go ahead, Alina. Well, I guess we'll never know now.
remember the day, and I watched the first 3 episodes, and then I saw the trailer, and I got spoiled for the
Oh.
because the trailer kind of. I don't think it was a very great trailer because you watch and you're like, yeah, it's Harumi.
Oh yeah, can we also talk about the
Yeah, I
fact
forgot,
that
that
like
was
when
a
they
fun one.
released the trailer, they also like released the soundtrack to the trailer, so that
Oh
was
yeah, I like
nice.
how they did that. Yeah, that was a nice marketing.
It was
thing that
great.
They actually finally did. Like,
Ninjago Music YouTube account is one of the best things that has come out of Ninjago this
to
year.
ever exist.
Yeah.
In general.
And there's
Oh,
still
yeah, then
more
the
stuff
person
to come.
then the person who's running it is Haley, one of the people who is working on the documentary.
oh, really? Who knew? That's
This
cool.
is information to me, actually.
Yeah, I did not
fun
know.
fact.
Friend of the Ninjago soundtrack server, Haley.
That's really cool. My brain just brained and never got what.
We kind of
Wait.
started talking about like where we were, what we were doing when all the episodes released on that day. I remember
Yeah.
like, for me, when I saw that, I was like, no, I don't want to watch all of them at once. I want to spread it out. I don't want to have to like, okay, obviously I'm going to watch these all at once, and then who knows how long I'm going to have to wait. So that first day, I only watched 1 episode because I was like, I'm gonna try and spread it out. And that's what I had made a deal with one of my friends. I was like, hey, let's watch the new Ninjago season together when it comes out. And like I ended up watching it with him. Like for the first all of the episodes actually. I would watch them before we would watch it together. And then I would rewatch them. Because I've like rewatched Crystalized so many times because I've like rewatched
it.
I
I've rewatched
have not
it once.
actually. I rewatched parts
I've
of
rewatched
it
it
for like
twice.
reference for things, but I've not watched the whole thing.
Well, I
again.
rewatched it when we did like that dub over, and like I haven't
Oh,
seen
yeah.
every single episode like rewatched, but I have seen parts of it. But I didn't even watch it like alone the first time I watched it. I waited until Cheesy and Alina were available.
Yeah.
Because I just like watching stuff with people more, and I was like,
Lloyd barbecue bacon burger.
Burger, barbecue bacon burger.
barbecue bacon burger.
Honestly,
My
though,
experience. Wait. Hello.
Wait, Kevin, you were saying?
Wait. I
nah,
don't
Cheesy
know.
was already starting, so
Well, my experience of when they all dropped was very tumultuous. Sunny remembers.
I
Sunny
do
was
remember
there.
that.
So, because I was like working on the animatic, which took up way too much time of those 3 months, or like it took up a nice amount of time. Because I was working on that Oceanic animatic, I was like gunning to try and get it out before the last episodes came out, and so it was like it's like having this like ticking clock hanging. And so when Lego just decides, like at that point I was like rationalizing, okay, well, it's probably gonna come out before I finish, but it'll probably only be like the first episode or like the first 2, and so like won't be the worst. It'll be fine. It'll still be. But then, like, all of a sudden, Lego just decides to drop all 12 at once. And I'm just sitting there, like... And I'm just... Oh, episode 1's out.
Oh, you're cutting it out, by the... you're cutting out.
Let me just, this might help. It's just like, oh, episode 1's out, and then it's just like, an hour later, episode 2, and then episode 3, and I'm just, like, sitting there like, oh my gosh, why? And so... I don't know. It was very emotional for me because when you're like trying to make a project that is like takes a while and you put all that effort into it, just to see it like see the thing that you were like trying to get it out before it come out without you expecting it, it can sort of and you're like, oh, ow, why? So it was like this very bittersweet day where it's just like, hell yeah, the episode has been waiting for is finally out, but also fuck, like the thing I was trying to get done won't get done on time now.
Like you had like a deadline and then it just like swooped in and it was like, no, the deadline's now.
Yeah. And so it's just like, it was very emotional. But
concentration went whoosh.
Yeah. But it was interesting because the episode, The Benefit of Grief, I think actually helped me get through it like faster. Like, because I felt like I like went through like the stages of grief for my animatic for some reason. I was just like, oh, bargaining, and oh, sadness, and by
denial.
The end, denial, and I'm just like, by the end, I'm just like a part of me, like even like one of the things that I said to Sunny, it's in on like DMs in group chat, and I was like, oh, I wish I could turn off my emotions. Like, I wish I didn't have to feel this way. But like then to hear like Zane echo that back like just a few episodes into Crystalized like hit really hard for me, and I was just like, holy shit. Or like, oh, no, sorry, it was Sally who said it, and then like Zane like says something back, and by the end of it it's like, oh, the emotions are important though, they're like a part of like life and a part of like dealing with things, and
you introduced yourself as a human.
Yes.
It made you realize being human is cool, I guess.
And along with that comes
you say
stress.
Being human, and then it reminds me of that one song from Steven Universe Future.
Oh yeah. I don't remember how it goes,
Here we
but
are
I
in
do
the
remember
future.
Here we are in the future. But yes, that's what happened with me.
Bonkers.
Yes.
That's a cool story because it's so bittersweet. Like,
yeah, it's cool that
gosh.
it all like ties around into like the benefit of grief too, and how that helped you get through the fact that it released.
Yeah. The world's weird like that, I guess. So Kevin, what was your experience?
Like, I've heard a lot of different takes on this. Like, some people said they were in school, other people were at work, or other people were just chilling at home like I was. But man, it just really came out of nowhere. I was just thinking, okay, I'm gonna try to make a video today. And that was all completely thrown out the window as soon as I realized, to my surprise, they were uploading episodes. And not only that, they also released the trailer in the middle, and I was like, all right, what am I gonna do first? Am I gonna watch the trailer, make a video, or am I gonna watch the episodes? And I chose the trailer because I thought that would be interesting to at least dissect without seeing the episodes. And in a better world, we would have the trailer come out before the episodes and have like at least a week to dissect and analyze it. But unfortunately, we don't live in that world, and I didn't really get to see the episodes until later because of work.
I remember you being like,
other
"Don't
stuff.
Tell me what happens. No spoilers. No spoilers. I haven't done the video."
I need to react to it. I'm glad that you were able to do the reaction though, because it came out really good. But yeah.
Yeah, like I really loved the trailer. I thought it gave us a lot, but didn't give away too much. But I mean, it didn't matter anyway, because I watched the episodes and, I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
And it's
I
just like
really like the trailers, like the trailers and teasers that had come out, because all of them just like music design wise, like they were so good, and just the way that like everything synced to the video as well it was so cool.
See, I didn't start
loved
paying
them.
attention to the music until like I joined the community and everyone's like boasting about the music, and then I like when I rewatch, I'll pay attention and I'll be like, oh my god, this is hella fucking good. I mean, hella freaking good.
Also, the
Like,
fact
I
that
can't
they
believe I
hid
didn't pay attention
the
to it
Overlord
beforehand.
theme in the trailer.
Yeah. Yeah, like the Easter eggs with the music is so cool to like actually pay attention to. Like, I don't know, going back and like rewatching episodes or like even full seasons with you guys, and you like point out all of like the cool Easter eggs and like this guy's theme and this guy's theme, and I'm like, oh, I love this
And-
so much.
just
Yeah,
the
it's so
relevance
cool.
and like you know, hints to what storylines the season's going to
Mhm.
present as well.
Like I even started
Um,
just like listening to the soundtrack just by itself, and I know a lot of people do that, but I had never done that until I joined the community.
Yeah, this is the coolest part of like being in a community like this. Is like, oh, everyone like has different interests and is from different walks of life, but like
Mhm.
because of that, you like, get to see the different perspectives, and that in turn like helps to make your perspective even broader, and it's really cool.
I know the amount of people that I've met that like do mocks and or like do the bricklink thing. What's it called?
Yeah, it's like Brinkling. Like,
Mecha Bricks.
Or
Go
Yeah,
shop.
but or like just all the art and stuff like that. It's so
Mhm.
cool to see all the walks of life, like
all
all
the music
brought together by
stuff.
one fandom, you know?
Hell yeah.
Council Anthem.
Yeah, I'm so excited for that. Okay, so we should maybe look at this list I have here. So,
Rambling.
how about how Lego neglects the marketing? Because I feel like Lego in the past has been very marketing, and I don't know as much about that. Well, I do know like the Cartoon Network shenanigans and how bad they are at airing on Cartoon Network, and at this point not airing at all on Cartoon Network.
Like, should we get into the airing shenanigans? Because as a veteran fan, I definitely know.
Yes,
I've seen
You're the
firsthand
expert
how,
here. The
how
rest
yeah,
of
you're
the
the
leading
expert
this
on this
conversation.
one. Yeah, you're the expert on this one. So,
at least for one particular season, because I definitely, at least for the early seasons, actually, I'd like to give my piece there.
okay, go right ahead.
All right, so basically, I think I've said this before on the podcast, but I've been a fan of the show since the pilots. So I've seen the pilots on Cartoon Network. I've seen the first 2 seasons on Cartoon
Oh,
Network.
never
and
mind. Alina's gone. So Alina had to go. So
Oh.
that is just.
Wait,
the
you know what, Kevin?
shenanigans.
Before you continue,
Or,
oh,
well,
wait.
actually, wait. Alina's back.
I'm going to say bye. I have to go somewhere real quick, and I'm sorry.
It's all good.
Bye,
End of the
Alina.
day. I mean,
Adios.
yeah.
Bye now.
Bye.
Bye,
Mwah,
Alina.
mwah, mwah. All right, Xena, this is gonna be real funny for the people watching. I am going to move you into the middle.
Wait, do like a walking animation, like
Oh yeah,
up and
yeah.
down. Scooches over on the seat.
There we go. Perfect.
Beautiful.
Looks beautiful.
Your hands cut off.
Oh, that's so funny.
That's funny.
We have fun here at Not A NINJAGO Cult.
You got Star Wars, Xena.
Okay, Kevin,
Um,
continue.
Yeah, what were you saying?
But like at least for like the early seasons, I've always done my best to watch the episodes as they were coming out. So I was there through and through for almost every single episode, watching them on TV. And I'd say, at least for the first 2 seasons, I'd say the schedule they had for both of those seasons was actually pretty solid and consistent, and definitely raised up hype, got me very excited to see what was coming, while also being spread out enough to keep the hype going long enough for me to, be engaged and basically have Ninjago in my mind for a while. And it's unfortunate how, after season 2, they really went on the decline. Like, it really just got worse and worse and worse to where it is now, unfortunately. And I mean, we've had like marathons and stuff for Ninjago around that era.
They
That
should
was
have done a marathon for the anniversary. We were robbed.
Yeah, that would have been
exactly
cool. Like,
like
it
for the
deserves
finale.
it.
For the finale of season 2, they did a marathon I'm pretty sure from pilots all the way to the finale.
That's so cool. I think I was maybe around for that. Like, I don't remember specifically.
I was definitely
Like-
alive.
Like, we haven't seen Cartoon Network put that much effort since, which is
Yeah.
unfortunate. And then
Hence
to
the
reboot
hashtag Air Ninjago, which we ended
Yeah.
up getting trending this year.
Wait, we'll talk about that in a second. Don't worry. We're talking about that in a bit.
and like, I mean, like, I was there for when Ninjago then came back with rebooted season 3, and that was definitely a very strange airing schedule. And that was something even I as a kid noticed, because basically, to sum it up for people who don't know, we got 2
Thank you.
episodes every few months throughout the whole year. And that isn't exactly good for airing schedule, because people are going to forget about it, and then all the hype and interest that you might have gotten from those episodes is just lost, and then by the time those
Right
episodes
out.
come back, you don't really care. And that's what sort of happened with me. Like, I got really interested and invested, and then I just sort of just gave up with the show for a bit, and then when it came back, I was like, okay, what happened?
Yeah, that's a mood. Like, honestly, I feel like I had a very similar feeling back in the day.
Yeah, it was sort of hard to just try to keep up with that, and that was very frustrating. So I did forget bits and pieces of what happened. Like, I forgot the whole space part of the second last episode of Rebooted, and I only really remembered, like, Zane's death in the finale, but like not much else, because the airing schedule really was just all over the place. I mean, but sadly, this was the most consistent Ninjago would get for airing schedules since. And
You
I mean,
remember, like,
I don't really
the
have much
seasons
more
between?
experience with airing schedules after this. The only one next would be like Skybound, but even that airing schedule, I noticed how the early episodes were like at the beginning of the year of 2016, but I came in watching some of those episodes at summer, so I didn't have much context of what was going on, and it was sort of hard to understand kind of everything because of that.
So Xena has got to go for now.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go. I'm about to have dinner and drop my family off at the airport because
Fun
they're leaving
times,
today.
fun
So, okay, bye guys.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Love y'all.
Love
So
you
much.
too.
Bye.
Adios.
And then there were 4.
Should I do the walking
They're
animation?
picking us off one by one.
Yes, the walking animation. Yeah, one by one. It's like Skybound all over again.
Wonderful.
Oh dear.
So
But, okay, if we only have one person left at the end, like how the heck is, or how are they
We
going
all
to have a
come back at the
podcast by
end.
themselves?
I feel like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
only one who could be left behind left is Sunny, because Sunny's recording.
And then I'll do the outro.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, just slowly. So, I forgot to say. Oh yeah, hashtag Air Ninjago is a thing that happened on Twitter.
See, I only saw like a little tiny bit of that because I have certain friends of mine I have notifications on, and they were like memeing a lot with that hashtag, which I thought was hella funny. I mean, hecka funny.
I mean, you can say hella. Hella's fine. You can say
I
hella.
wasn't the
Hell.
biggest. Wasn't the biggest fan of the hashtag Air Ninjago.
Same here.
hashtag. I mean, because it's too like demanding and rude to be saying that. Because and somebody online, like on Twitter, said at one point they were like, "Guys, it shouldn't be hashtag Air Ninjago. It should be hashtag Tell us when you will air Ninjago."
Yeah,
I know that's not as catchy.
Yeah.
Well, I just thought it
But-
was funny. I don't
Like,
know. I didn't really see
like,
it
I
as like
get
a
it's supposed to be
demand or more like a try to get this trending because it's funny.
I mean, there have been some pretty demanding fans, though. I don't.
Oh,
like,
for sure.
There was like this one tweet that Tommy got one time, and it was like, it was very, very, like, not even demanding, but sort of like sort of like rude. I don't remember exactly what
disrespectful.
it was, but it happened. Yeah.
Poor
there were
Tommy.
plenty of disrespectful
Tommy.
comments.
Deals with
Give
so
Tommy a
many
break.
disrespectful people on Twitter. It's
Every year, he is unfortunately bombarded by an enemy, and that is known as Twitter.
Yeah.
The enemy to
It's like
all.
one of those like for your information kind of things. I don't know. It's weird. It's just Anyway, though, let's see. So if we were the marketing team, what would we do to fix Ninjago?
Cancel it. No, I'm kidding.
No.
that's one way to fix it.
We wouldn't have a podcast. The podcast would not exist then.
We'll
We'll move to Chima.
dust away from
Yeah, we
existence.
should start reading Chima.
We start talking about Chima and Nexonites.
Oh, I love Nexo Knights.
Oh yeah, the best the best Lego cartoon.
It's so
I feel like
original.
I haven't seen either of those
Yeah,
shows.
me neither.
I have not.
I'm in the
either.
process of watching Chima.
I would, if I was the head of Lego's marketing team, I would first off, have like a date set to where I would air this thing, where I would air it, but like I would make it like interesting. Like I don't know, like if you're so afraid of like putting out the air date, make it something cool. Like make it some kind of riddle. Make it like they started to the guys over at that one thing that releases new sets did that, and they're not even part of Lego. They just do that anyway. They like made it a riddle and they made it interesting. So if you're so afraid to put out your stuff, make it fun, make it cool, make it a riddle, make it some kind of interactive thing. Because I feel like Lego is all about that kind of stuff. But yeah, I'd have a date. I'd have a set date, and I would slowly like put out a poster and then another poster, which is what they were doing. A poster, another poster, maybe a trailer, like a teaser trailer, then like a full trailer, and then I'd put out like the first 2 episodes or something like that. That would be the succession I would do, like a few weeks apart from each other.
While doing this, they should be posting on their Twitter, on their Instagram.
Have
Like,
a
get
Ninjago
those-
account actually on Twitter.
Yes, have a full Ninjago
Yeah.
account on Twitter.
That
I
would
think
be
it'd
helpful.
Keep
It would get
people
plenty of
engaged.
followers. Yeah.
And it could also help, reach out to like new fans as well.
I'll run it.
Yes.
You obviously got the
Lego, you have a
Hell yeah.
volunteer right here.
My best friend
dear
Tommy
Lego.
Andreasen.
Like also I feel like they should have like all the episodes air around the same time, so that then like one gets like a dub in another country and they have to like decipher what it is, because it's not fair. It's not fun. So like have it all released everywhere at the same time. Just do it.
And I feel like we should at least have these episodes spread out and at least a good amount margin. One
Over,
that
like,
isn't
2
stretched
years.
too far apart, but at least
Yeah.
close enough where you can still keep the hype and intrigue going and picking up, like fans who want to see it and fans who are interested in seeing it.
I feel like the
I would've-
hardest thing about Oh wait, go ahead.
Would have loved if they had aired it weekly, because
Yeah,
that
like
would
at
have
least
been
have like 2 episodes a week
Yeah.
or something like that.
Like 1 or 2. I'm fine with the 1 episode because they're 15 minutes. It makes sense that like 2 because of length and whatnot.
Like, I mean, imagine if the first 2 episodes of Crystalized were released. I felt like that would have been enough to really just get the hype going and would have really gotten us talking and just analyzing just for days and nights, because wow, were those 2 really phenomenal.
Agreed.
2 of the best episodes in the season so far. I love
Honestly,
those
yeah.
episodes.
They're so good.
I mean, imagine if you just left it at the call of home for that week. Many of
Yeah,
us
that
would be
would've
freaking
hit
out
so
saying,
hard.
OMG, is Nia coming back?
I feel like the saddest part about this whole thing is I feel like Tommy himself didn't really know that this was gonna happen either, and he seemed disappointed on Twitter.
Oh yeah, I'm
even.
sure of it.
Tommy
So, like-
wanted it to be only the first two episodes.
Yeah, 2 episodes, yeah. So it's like, it
Mhm.
seems like even he was blindsided.
Yeah, I feel like if it came out like the 2 episodes at a time thing, then there would be more hype for individual episodes too, because a lot of people that I've spoken to has just talked about Crystalized Part 1 as a whole and never like specific episodes that they like, and that's the kind of stuff that I'm into when I joined this community, was like, what's your favorite scene even? And a lot of people are just
Yeah.
like Crystalized as a whole and like their
yeah.
opinions on that, and not like, I don't know, this special
And-
little cute
Like,
little bits.
First impressions matter here, and that's why the whole dumping really kind of upsets me a little, because we're not going to take the time to really just fully digest everything we saw within those episodes, because we're all just going to cruise by like that whole 12 episodes, and we're only going to take a look at the big parts, and that's like episode 2 and the finale, like episode 12. So unfortunately, many of the middle episodes just really went overlooked, and that's unfortunate, because I really felt like there were a lot of amazing and cool scenes that happened with them that people won't really get to talk about until, like, you know, after everything finally settles down and people really get to analyze it fully.
Yeah, and the worst part about that
Now is the
like
Now is the best time to do that, because we're not getting more crystallized until October. So
True.
we can analyze
All we
each
want.
individual episode all we want.
yeah.
Like,
Like,
now, only recently have I now seen people starting to do that, but it just sucks that we couldn't have done that sooner.
I feel like
Like-
it's the whiplash of it. Like, oh, you have all this stuff, you don't even have like a chance to like digest it, and so once you finally get the time to breathe, that's now where we are now, I guess.
And,
where we're like, okay,
you know,
we can.
And as someone pointed out earlier, you know, just having this all release at once just really will backfire in the long run, because then we're just gonna be left with the question of, when are we getting the next episodes now that we got all of this? And you know, I felt like we were all going to get impatient very quickly, and to my surprise, everybody did get impatient very quickly.
Yeah, because like there was already a drought beforehand too. But I feel like the saddest thing is like, oh, you have all these episodes. Like from an artistry standpoint, you have all these episodes of these creators, these writers, these animators, these, you know, set designers, or like, you know, these character designers, these composers, like the Fold even making the intro, like all these different like parts. They'd spend a year, like at least a year, if not more than 1 year, to make a whole season. It depends on, you know, how they do. And like all this time that they put into it, just to have the release be this like, blah, take it, like just throw it out at us. And that, like, it's like you're seeing your baby, your piece of art that you've been like creating for so long, come out in a way that like you
That
never
shows
It
on
doesn't
it.
want
get
it.
individually appreciated for each individual aspect.
Yeah, and it's sad. But I mean, I'm glad that people are now getting the chance to do that. It just, you know, it's not very fair, but that's how the industry be. It's not always very fair. So
I mean, we're used to it at this point, with Lego just messing up.
It seems
now
like
we've got
it.
Like,
now
we
we've
all
gotta
act
cope.
surprised, but really we're not.
We're not
just
surprised.
upset. We're just
And now-
upset.
now we've got to cope with nothing to do for the next 2 months, because it's not coming out till October, which we'll talk more about, I guess, next episode. But what are you doing to cope with the drought, the Ninjago drought?
Who wants to take the lead here?
Okay, just blank. silence.
Well, I mean, me
Um,
personally, I've never had a Ninjago drought before, and so I feel like I've been feeling it pretty well, just like talking with you guys about Ninjago, and a lot of people like had that as their baseline, but I never had anyone to talk about Ninjago with until you know, this drought came along. And so I feel like instead of just sitting there idle waiting for them to come out on Netflix by myself, I'm like joining in on the hype with it with you guys, which has fulfilled my drought at least.
Hey, honestly, I am also new to talking about it with a bunch of people. But
Me too.
Forcing my other friends to watch Ninjago who don't watch cartoons.
Be like, why are you showing this to me?
Yeah.
For me, it's definitely feeling like I haven't really felt much of the drought. Interesting enough, because I've just been doing a lot, like related to, I guess, Ninjago. Because Ninjago is such a big show and like so many seasons, so many like creators who are making content, so many like, you know, side pieces of content that are, you know, semi-canon to the series, canon to the series. Because it's all this stuff, I don't really get bored that easily, which is why it's still like, you know,
a lot of
me,
the fan
usually,
content.
Yeah, like for me, it's
There's
like,
so
usually
much fan content.
Yeah, it's so
to
great.
consume.
Like
Yeah,
you know,
there
for
really
me,
is.
I'm like when I hyperfixate on something, like sometimes it'll like just die because it's not as do, and so I'll just move on to the next thing. But because Ninjago is like so large, it's gone on so long, I've been able to like enjoy everyone's like fan fictions and fan art, and like I've been making my own stuff, and that's been taking up time, and I've been like, you know, it's just been all this cool stuff. I feel like that's definitely how I cope with it. It's just bathing myself in Ninjago.
Honestly, same. That's what I've been doing. Just reading fan fiction, looking at art, reading Twitter. Like, there's so much stuff to, talking with you guys. There's lots of different things to do. And also there's other media. Like I've been watching a lot of this anime called One Piece, which has a bajillion episodes.
Hell yeah.
So much fun. And yeah, there's other things to do besides watch new episodes of the current season. Like, hey, I can even go back and rewatch other seasons as well.
I need to go back and rewatch other seasons.
Yeah, you need to rewatch you need to watch. But deadass though, I agree with that. Like even I've been like enjoying these like retrospective essays on the Jack and Daxter series I've been watching, and like I've been like semi into Ratchet and Clank again, which has been very fun.
I've been obsessing over JoJo.
Yes, Sunny's been obsessing over JoJo.
I love JoJo so much.
I'm trying to think of if there's been anything else I've been watching Pirates for slowly but surely.
And you've been avoiding the second half of Stranger Tides for almost a month now, which is very impressive, I'll say.
Oh, I feel so bad.
No, don't be. It's not good anyway.
That's my favorite pirate movie.
Ooh.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm dragging it through the dirt.
Well, I think Skylor's mid, so.
Hot take. Oh my god. Ooh, the hot takes.
That's not the first doll I've heard from Sunny.
True. So Kevin, how have you been dealing with the drought?
I mean, when I had to deal with the first drought between Seabound and Crystalized, it was a lot more merciful because I joined the community, so I was still fully processing all of Ninjago, and I hadn't even finished Wild Brain yet, so there's that to consider, and also still trying to find my place within the community, and you know, it was not that bad for me, if I'm fully honest. So I escaped it pretty unscathed. But, you know, for Crystalized, honestly, I would say that still applies. Although it was frustrating a bit just to wait for these episodes. And I was starting to feel like the frustrations, annoyance, and just, you know, we were all just kind of like, I can understand why people were just kind of like done with Lego's crap, because honestly, it's just, why do we have to go through this over and over and over again with Lego? And, you know, that's just how I'm feeling with it. And I mean, I would hope that Lego won't screw up for next year, but I'm not going to hold my breath because we've had many years to see how Lego treats Ninjago with its marketing. So, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if they mess it up with that as well. But I'm still very excited for next year.
Yeah, I feel like it really comes down to like Lego eventually learning their lesson. Just like, oh, actually, that's the other thing I've been into. Sonic. I've been slowly getting into Sonic again because Frontiers is coming out. But just like with Sega not learning their lesson about how to make a good Sonic game, Lego has not learned their lesson about how to market Ninjago. And I guess it comes down to companies learning from their mistakes. And will they?
Growing as a company.
Well, growing as a company,
we don't
kind
know
of
yet.
doubtful.
I hope for the best, but I will not assume one way or another.
Yeah, and as I said like earlier, I've been just trying to watch some movies here and there. I finally saw Kung Fu Panda trilogy, which was really nice. I never saw the third one before, and I only saw the second one back in daycare, so it was really nice to finally see
I've
those
only ever
movies
seen the
together.
first one. We need to add it to the watch
It's
party
really
list.
good.
I did
on
put
the
the
list.
Kung Fu Panda in the watch party
Oh
list.
heck yeah!
Yeah.
Also, for the people watching, if you guys are suffering through this Ninjago drought and have no one to talk to, join the Discord.
Yeah, join the Not A NINJAGO Cult.
If you are
Discord.
feeling lonely and have no
talk to
friends,
us.
come to this place. I
Yeah.
could
you
use
can
friends
come talk
too.
with us, and
It'll
we
be
can,
in the
We
description.
can yell about Ninjago.
If you're
and,
13 plus, you have to be 13 plus to be
you
on
have to be
Discord.
13. Yes. But come join us. It's fun over here. We're definitely not a cult.
Not a cult.
Not a cult. But I think that's the end of what we have to talk about today. I think that's it.
Dang.
So
Into outro.
yeah, it's time.
Outro
well,
time.
You said it would be
Let's
on
sing a
it, Sonny,
song.
by saying we could.
Ninjago Crystalized is so good, so good.
That's really good singing, Kevin. Thank
That's
you.
a beautiful Jump up, kick back,
Whip
whip
around
around.
and
Let's just sing your whole song.
Oh no.
Karaoke, let's go. Shy
Yes.
little glowworm, glimmer, glimmer. Shy little glowworm.
Dimmer.
But legit,
Let's just sing the spiders in the house.
Oh, spiders in the house.
Did we have any announcements before we?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Yeah. I mean, right now, technically, I don't know if but Spiders in the House contest is ending on August 1st, but I don't think this will be out by then.
I think
Maybe.
Yeah.
I think that's it. I think that's the only thing that is going on right now in terms of events and things.
We'll have more to announce next episode.
Yeah, I
maybe.
feel like next episode.
yeah, we're gonna
we'll
dive
more
into
stuff
something
happen.
very
Yeah.
exciting from a
We're gonna-
particular event. So watch out for
Yeah,
that.
we're talking about Comic-Con.
That's gonna be the real juicy
Yeah,
content.
it's a
We
real
can
juicy
promise you that.
But until next time, then, it's been awesome, and thank you for listening to us ramble on about Ninjago and its questionable marketing.
Which
with
is
that,
unfortunate because we all love Ninjago. We're all so passionate about it. So
we just want to see.
we
it
can
do
always hope for the
best
best,
we
as you
can.
said, but we're not gonna hold our breath.
Yes. So with that being said, thanks for watching. Make sure, like Sunny said, to come join us on Not A NINJAGO Cult, the Discord. We hang out here and it's fun. If you want to see more, click our channel or subscribe if you want. It's a free country. You could do what you want. And I guess leave a comment about how you're dealing with the drought. I want to hear what you got to say about how to deal with the drought. With that being said, I guess that's it. Bye, guys.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
I guess Ninja.
Have a great day.
Ninja.
Ninja,
Go!